Um, I felt like I had to make a video about something I've noticed over time. This is what I've noticed. I'm not the only. I'm not the only severe scapegoating in religion case on the earth that determined God had to be messed up. He had to be evil. I'm not the only one. And that's what I've noticed uh, over time. And I saw another comment about it today, actually. I'm like, they sound like me. You know, we thought God had to have been evil. He went bad. He had to have gone bad. I made that judgment as well. I did. For a good portion of my life. I did. I'm like, what the heck happened to God? Since the crucifixion, what happened to him? You know what I mean? But the crazy part is, God didn't go bad. He didn't. That's the crazy part. Yep. There's a purpose to allowing the wickedness of this world to pretty much grow up with the tares of the world and the flowers to grow up together. The wickedness and the non-wicked to grow up together. There's a purpose to it. Before God severed you off, got you away from it all, um, pretty much, um, I don't know, pretty much like on a better road than you could ever imagine. So you grew up in the worst scenario imaginable with religion, but God cut you off and you're going down a road better than you could ever have imagined. You know what I mean? You can see the difference. You know what I mean? It's easier to tell uh, the difference between God and not God. It's easier to tell because it's easy to make that mistake that the God of religion, that the narcissist in religion made God. It's easy to make that mistake that God's as bad as them. You know what I mean? He went bad. It's easy to make that mistake. But I grew up in the Mormon religion. They thought God was a polygamist. You can see how that messes with me. They reduced God into a man. They did. That's incorrect. It's not right. And that's what I learned. God is not a man. No, no, sir. But it may have just been a precursor for a destiny you didn't even realize. I didn't even realize I had a purpose either. You know what I mean? So I didn't think I did either. So I thought it was all pointless destruction against me. I thought it was all pointless. A joke on me, basically. The whole thing. No joke. But I'm slowly being shown that I was incorrect. Slowly. Slowly but surely. I'm getting to the bottom of the truth. I am. Yeah. For all of us that were scapegoated in horrific abuse, we're being used for God's glory before He kills everybody that abused us. No joke. Turn of events. Turn of events. God, there was no justice for anything they did. Just wait. He saw all of it. That's what's scary. He saw everything. Everything. No one hides from God. No one. That's what I learned today as well. I'm like, yep, I agree. No one hides from God. No one. If you have a secret sin or whatever, you ain't hiding from God. Trust me. Nope. No. No. You don't sin in a box and don't affect the whole of the community. That's a fact. In some way, it's true. If you think, oh, I'm not hurting anybody in between my four walls, not so. Once you leave those four walls, the influence that you were doing between your four walls affects the whole of humanity in a way. So that's not true about, oh, I'm not hurting anybody. Not so. Not so. That's another thing I've learned. God's teaching me. He is. So I'm gonna be a wise individual by the end of all this. I'm gonna be wise. Super wise. Yeah. I just had to make a video because I thought that way as well. I thought God went bad. He supported them. The ones that harm me, he supported them. That's what I thought for a lot of my life. Until this grace mercy period of basically. So, and at the point I am right now, I'm like maybe God isn't bad. That's the point I'm at now. I'm like maybe he isn't bad. But before I was like, yeah, he went bad. But now I'm like, I don't know. I don't think he did. I don't think he did. I think he just allowed things to play out on a wicked world, basically. A very wicked world. He just allowed it to play out for his and benefit glory in the end. You know what I mean? They ain't getting away with anything. They'll probably be the ones burning in hell. So, and you won't. The scapegoats that survived, you won't be the one that burns in hell. Basically. Let that sink in. Yep. God's not as bad as you think, probably. Maybe. Like I said, I'm at the point. I'm not totally sure if God is fully good, but I'm kind of sure. Yeah, I mean, kind of. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I read that comment and I thought of my old self. I thought of myself. I did. I'm like, that's the old me right there. Some other people are still in my old mentality. You know, that God's evil as hell. Don't even talk to me about God. That was the old me. Yeah. Whatever happens on this earth is used for God's good in the end. So maybe this video will reach some of you scapegoats that are determined of like God's bad and there's nothing else to it. Made up your mind, yeah. This video's for you guys. Former scapegoat myself that thought God went bad. I even thought I was more righteous than Jesus, even as a kid. I'm not joking. That's how deep this goes. I thought I was more righteous than Jesus, even as a kid. That's how crazy this is. No joke. Yeah. I thought I was more righteous than God easily as a kid. Easily. Like, a real God wouldn't watch all this stuff happen. A real God, you know. But everybody says that. Oh, if there was a God, he wouldn't allow this or this or this or this to happen to this. You know, could you imagine how annoying life would be if God intervened every 2 seconds? You know what I mean? Oh, God intervened. Oh, God intervened. Can't I make any choices for myself? See how that can be annoying? I thought of that as well. You know what I mean? If God intervened for every single little thing, it would annoy the population to tears. It would annoy us. Just like, man, it'd be like, this is worse than being under Satan. You know, if God was just intervening. You know what I mean? So maybe there's some wisdom to this free will thing. Maybe. We'll see. Nothing I was told. God is not someone of force. He's not gonna, you know what I mean? Which is true. He wants you to choose him. Yeah. He wants you to choose him. You know what I mean? Make the choice to choose him. Yeah. For sure. And apparently, if you choose him, it's the best choice you'll ever make. That's what I'm hoping for. For me, choose him is the best choice I could ever make in my life. You know. So, anyways, I gotta go. But I felt like it was important just to make this video for some of them out there that thought God went bad or went evil. So I'll talk to you later.